All right. Thank you for attending. Welcome to the Wow Mastermind weekly mastermind call. In this call, we do a few different things. We talk about tactics for growing your business. We talk about mindset. We interview other women of wealth that are in our Facebook group. So we do a lot of things. And this night, we're not going to interview anyone tonight, but we do have a lot of information to share with you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And then we record these sessions and we'll post them in the group. So don't worry about missing a session. You can always catch it on the replay. And if you are not a part of our group, you can certainly join our Facebook group um, online and check us out. Okay, so here's our agenda for tonight. We're going to do introductions. So we'll talk about who Women of Wealth Ventures is. We'll talk about who our mastermind is for. Today, we're going to talk about morning routines because morning routines are very important, and getting a good morning routine kind of sets the tone for your entire day. We're also going to talk about using your current knowledge. So taking what you already know and using it to generate income. Then if we have time, we'll look at some FAQs and Q&A and next steps. So that's going to be our meeting for today. We're going to go ahead and jump on to the next slide. So introduction. So Women of Wealth Ventures consist of 3 family members. We are all related. So the first member is Tamaria Allen. That's my sister. And she is in charge of strategy for our organization. She is an author and mother of 2 that is passionate about helping women entrepreneurs succeed in business. She has a wealth of information about publishing your own book, running e-commerce businesses, running affiliate sites. So she's got a lot of knowledge that way. And she's the strategic thinker. So she's the long-term, big picture person that of our group. Next is myself. I'm Kanika Bailey. I'm in charge of technology. I am a natural trainer and coach. I help people understand and thrive using technology. So I like to take technology and break it down and allow people to use it to improve their lives, to improve their financial situations, all of that. I am also a software consultant. So I have a strong technology background, and that's what I like doing. I like using technology and helping women figure out how they can use it to better themselves and their businesses. Then finally, last but not least, it's our mother, Linda Jackson. She is in charge of finance, and she's basically the creative force behind the company and the one that we call mom. In addition to handling our finances, she is the creative voice of our social posts, and she makes sure that everything that we do is very pretty and organized and well worded. So that's our mom. The 3 of us make up Women of Wealth Ventures, and we're happy to have you here. So let's talk about if our mastermind is right for you. So we're looking for women in our mastermind that can say yes to all of the options here. Do you want more control over your finances? Having multiple streams of income means that you have control over the money that comes in. You don't have to just get your money from a paycheck. There's a million other ways that you can earn money, especially with e-commerce growing the way it is. So there are tons of things that you can do to increase your income streams, which means if you have kids, creating a legacy for your children, helping your family out, or just retiring yourself from your job. All of this is possible, and this is the thing that we help you with. Next question. Are you ready to put in the work? You have to understand that this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not something where you'll earn money overnight. It's going to take work, but it's something that you can do. If you're willing to put in the work, you will see the returns. Also, are you willing to embrace technology? What we do here is we're taking advantage of the technologies that's out there. This technology is growing by leaps and bounds, and it's creating millionaires, and we're taking advantage of that. So as women, we are uniquely positioned to really take advantage of technology and use it to create more income streams for ourselves. And then lastly, are you ready to change your mindset? Generating money it starts with mindset. So you have to be ready to change your mindset and wrap your head around creating and attracting money. And so that's another thing that we help you out with. So you must be ready to change your mindset and things like limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome. We work on those things so that we can go and bring the money to us, right? So mindset is very important. So I'm going to turn things over to my sister, Tamaria, and she is going to talk to us about morning routines and how starting your morning off right is so important and how you can start your mornings off right. So go ahead, Tamaria.
Thank you, Kanika. I would like to talk to you, like my sister said, about mindset. And the reason why we focus so much on mindset is because it is so important in terms of your success. It is essential that you have the right mindset to achieve all that you desire to achieve. Whether it is making extra money, building your business, losing weight, attracting the love of your life, whatever it is that you desire, it starts with your mind. And just let me just back up because I want to really break down and explain to you what mindset consists of. It is your thoughts, your beliefs, and your attitudes. So it is your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes towards money. It also could be, where your limiting beliefs, like my sister has already talked about. Like, how do you see money? Like, do you look at money as being evil, the root of all evil, or did you grow up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees? What is your association with money? Because I'll tell you that if you have a limited mindset where money is concerned, you better believe that your brain is going to do things to stop you from getting the opportunities to make more money. And I'll give you a great example. So growing up, I didn't really see a lot of successful women in the media viewed as wonderful, kind, giving people. And I think that maybe because when I was younger, I think Oprah came on in the 80s. And so she was like the person that to me like just destroyed all of that stigma behind women having money because like all of the fairy tales and the movies, the TV shows depicted women that had money as being mean, a bully, just like really unkind, like a bee, right? So when Oprah Winfrey came along and she was giving, I think that one of the big associations that people have with Oprah is that when she was doing her show, that she gave away so many things to her audience guests. And, she built a school in Africa and she just has just consistently over the years has been like one of the biggest givers ever, really. And another person that I can think of is Michelle Obama, also very kind and powerful and gracious. But before the two of them came along, I don't know if we really had a whole lot of women that were successful and powerful with lots of money that weren't depicted as mean and cruel. So I know for us, it might be more of a challenge for us to really identify with wanting to be wealthy. And you don't have to want to be a millionaire. You don't have to desire to be a billionaire, but maybe your desire is to make an extra $5,000 a month or $10,000 or however much money you want in your life. I'm here to tell you that you can have it. And it starts with your mindset. I want to now go into a powerful morning ritual because I've been reading, I've read tons and tons and tons of books, and then even like from listening to other um, women that we've interviewed and that we've, worked with. Mindset is everything. And the way you start your day generally is a predictor of how your day is going to go, right? So I want to share with you 6 things that you can do to make your day the best day that it can be, a successful day, right? So as you're doing these 6 things day in and day out, you're building this habit, and you're also having a large accumulation of successful days, which will result in, um, more success in your life. So the first thing that I want to talk about is like when you wake up, the first thing you want to do is you want to get silent. And I like to look at this as kind of like a meditation process. So to get up and to spend, you could start off with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just really just breathe and think and try to think about nothing. Just clear your mind, and let all of those thoughts go. Okay. And when thoughts come in, you work on pushing them back out. And over time, you will get really good at being able to release those thoughts, let go of them, and have a clear mind. I'll tell you that meditating or becoming silent is just it's so centering, and meaning that when I do this practice, I feel like I can, it's like I take my mood from like maybe I'm here, I start off the day here, maybe I'm at like a 3 or a 4, and I go all the way up to about a 9 or a 10 in terms of like, just how I feel, right? So the next thing that you want to do is you want to do some affirmations. And I also like to group gratitude in with affirmations because for me, I'm grateful and I want to make sure that I am consistently being grateful because what you are focusing on grows, and what you're grateful for, you will get more of. And so I want to make sure that the next thing I do after I clear my mind out is I become grateful for the things that I have. And a lot of times I think about, not having those things. So, I mean, I start with my body because I am just very, very, very grateful for my body, being able to function in perfection. And I don't take for granted that, that my heart is beating without me actually telling it to beat, and my blood is circulating and my body is just like functioning all on its own without my help. And I'm very, very grateful for that. Anyway, I go from that and I think about, my family and my friends, and I think about, different things that I'm really grateful for. And I also will write down some of those things. So I will like have a journal where I will list. I try to do about 5 or 10 things where I actually will write them out. And then the next thing that I do is I visualize. Now, once I get to the visualization stage, I'm like up here. So I went from like a 3 or maybe a 2 or a 3. Then I shot up to about a 9 or a 10, and then I shot up some more if it's possible. So I'm feeling amazing, and that's the time that you really want to start thinking about the things that you want to attract into your life. So like whatever it is that you want to have in your life, you just start thinking about it and you start visualizing yourself with that thing. So if it's extra money, what are you going to do with this extra money? Are you going to take a trip? Are you going to help support someone? Are you going to send kids to college? Well, see yourself taking them to college, getting in the car or getting on the plane and actually taking them to college, or see yourself at their graduation. That's even better, right? Um, yeah, so whatever it is, like if you want to lose weight or whatever your desire is, get some pictures. You can go online, you could go to Google and just like do a search and find some pictures, and you just save them to your phone. Like I take screenshots and then I'll like look at them, right? So it doesn't have to be where you have to like get magazines and like create a vision board or whatnot. You can actually just quickly save some pictures to your phone. So the next thing is exercising. You want to move your body in the morning. Um, One of the things that I like to do is I like to get up and I ride my exercise bike, and it's right next to my bed. It's very convenient to get up and ride my exercise bike. And some of these things I'm actually doing while I'm riding my exercise bike. Okay. So like the visualization I do while I'm riding my exercise bike and affirmations. I sometimes will group it together and that way I can cut down on the amount of time that I'm spending on doing each activity. But moving your body is very important because it's like there's something like magical about when you are visualizing and then you're also moving. Like I don't have like a degree in um like psychology or anything like that, but there's something about like actually being able to move, using your body and then attracting the things that you want into your life. And the next thing is to read or to take in some information. So I like to tell people to read something that's motivational, something that's going to help you with your mindset, and also to read something that is going to help you in your business. You always want to be learning about your trade, your niche, what can make you better every day, like at least like 30 minutes a day. Something that's going to improve your mindset, something that's going to help you with knowledge about your business or your industry. And then lastly, I talked a little bit about it before, but journaling. Journaling is great. And one of the best things about journaling is that you want to get your thoughts out on paper, right? Um, it's something it's something about being able to like see what you write, and then what's really cool is when you like look at something that you've written like a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and then go back to it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I actually achieved that. Like I remember when I wrote this and I actually got it. I remember coming like finding a journal, like I was moving and I found a journal from like 10 years ago. And it was like so awesome because I had achieved a lot of the things that I set out to achieve and I didn't even realize it. Um, and so just being able to go back through that was just like so powerful for me. So those are the six keys. So you want to meditate, you want to do some affirmations of gratitude and visualize. You want to exercise, read, and then you can also do some journaling. And I know that that sounds like a lot of things to do in the morning, but you could actually do it in like 6 minutes or less. You can do 1 minute of each thing if you really wanted to. It's about getting in the habit of doing it and making it a priority. But I tell you that once you start changing your morning routine, your whole day will begin to flow, and you'll leave that morning routine with the peace and like a feeling of like being centered, and then you'll be able to face your day. And fear is fear is still present, but it's not going to be as detrimental as if you were starting your day and you just go, right? But you can conquer and you can do more things having started, with you starting your day right. So that concludes my presentation on mindset. I'm going
I was
to
going
turn.
to ask you how long your morning routine took, but 6 minutes is awesome because it sounded like when you were saying things that, this would take hours. But yeah, this is something that you can do in under 10 minutes. So
It is
very doable.
what you can do for under 10 minutes, but mine normally takes probably about 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And the things that I like to do is I like to meditate for at least 10 to 20 minutes. I try to really clear my mind out until I feel great. I want to make sure that I take myself up, and I really strive to um, get up and to make that a priority because I've I've really started doing this after our father passed away. And the thing that really got me through, because for our audience, my dad and I were very close, and he was one of my best friends. And when he died abruptly, and I was pretty devastated. And I mean, and it was really hard for me, and I had to keep moving. I have two small kids. I have so much going on in my life and things. I just couldn't just, crawl in a hole and just stop. I had to keep going. But it was really being grateful and having this routine that helped me to heal and to move forward. Um, so I know that it works and it's so powerful. Not only will it bring you the finances that you're looking for, but it also will heal your heart you know, from life's devastations.
All right. Thank you, Tamaria, so that this looks better. But all right. So what we're going to talk about now, go back to the presentation. I really want to stress to the women out there that there are a lot of things that you can do with the knowledge that you already have. Now, there's a case that can be made that you can go out and learn some things and you can start, generating income, starting businesses that way. But I think a lot of times we discount what we already know and we discount the knowledge that we already have. I think a lot of times we assume that people have that same knowledge and that what we know is pretty common knowledge, but most times that's actually not the case. I take what I do in my day job. I'm a software consultant, and a lot of times when I'm training my clients, I will assume that they know things about the software that they don't, because I mean, I'm in it every day and I'm working with it all the time. That's my job. And sometimes I forget that they don't know the things that I know. And so the same thing, if you have knowledge that you have garnered over the years, just think about your job. Is there something that you can do that pertains to your job that you can use to generate more income? So, for example, if you're a teacher, you know how to deal with kids and you probably know how to deal with a certain, or you may have a preference on the age group of children that you like dealing with. You've been doing it for a while. There's vast knowledge that you have. You could start tutoring programs, you could start courses for parents. As you know, a lot of parents are still homeschooling and helping their children virtually learn. And there's a lot of opportunity for you to bridge those gaps, offer tutoring services or helping parents out. There are a lot of things that you can do with that knowledge. So that's just one example. If you are good at writing or you're good at putting sentences together, you writing copy and things like that, there's a ton of things that you can do. If you're good at writing copy, sales copy, you could be a copywriter. People pay. There's a lot of small business owners out here. People will pay for that knowledge. If you can take an email and make it better, make it more persuasive, make it where it's more people are more likely to click on it. you can be a ghostwriter. So if you like writing, if you're writing, you can write technical manuals, you can write blog posts, you can write memoirs, all of these things that you can do with the skills that you already have. And I just really want to have you guys think about that if you're looking to start getting some more income in. And there's a lot of platforms out there where people are needing people with these skills. There may be some other things. You just need to learn the business part of it. There may be some other things, some software that you can learn that helps either them or you. Um, and you can create a business from that. If you're into fitness, it doesn't take much for you to, if you want to go be certified, it doesn't take much for you to become a certified trainer. But you could also start doing videos. And once you get those videos going, you can put those online and start remotely coaching people or offering group coaching or, fitness and nutrition, all of that. You can take those skills and, people will pay for that. So really focus on the things, the knowledge that you already have, and, figure out a way that you might be able to use that to generate some other income streams. Now, with that, if you aren't sure what knowledge you have already that or unique skills that you possess that people might pay for, this is something that we can help you figure out. So we can take a look at what you're good at and give you some ideas on how you can create multiple streams of income with that. And that's normally what we've been doing when we've done our other masterminds and when we interview other members of the group, is that we're taking their current business and offering them some suggestions on other ways to increase their income and create additional revenue streams for themselves. So this is something that we can help you figure out. We are starting a mastermind next month and it will run for 1 year. And we're going to go from nuts to bolts on starting an e-commerce business. So if you are interested in selling something online and you're not sure where to start, what you want to sell, you don't know how to get on that path, this is a mastermind for you, because over the course of that year, we will help you get your business up and running. And, we'll cover marketing and product sourcing, all of the things that you need to know to get an e-commerce store started. So if that's something that you're interested in, please reach out and let us know and we can get you enrolled in that. I also want to talk about some other things here that you can do to generate income. So and if you're not sure where you want to start from, there's some other ideas out there that you can do. So just for an example, if you're a creative and you like creating things, you're doing handmade goods or finding vintage items, you might enjoy running an Etsy entrepreneur business. This is a great outlet for artists of all kinds looking to sell their works. So Etsy, is a worldwide platform, very popular, and you can create a storefront where you're selling things that you've created to other people. And these are normally handmade or vintage goods. Um, Generally, they sell only to consumers, but there is a platform for launching into wholesale. So if you were thinking about maybe selling something wholesale that can then be turned around and sold retail, Etsy also has a platform for that. So, and Etsy, the sky's the limit. You can, some businesses are making a few sales a month, or some people are making six-figure incomes a year. So it just depends on what you're doing, how you market it, and all that. But it is totally possible to make a good living on Etsy. Creative Market is another outlet, and Creative Market sells digital assets like fonts, stock photos, clip art, illustrations, digital papers, resumes. It's a community made up of designers, illustrators, photographers, and developers. The end user is usually a fellow designer Or a lot of times they will sell products to businesses. So, for instance, looking at some of the material that businesses have, like they want to have their logo, so they want to create a logo, and then they also want to create social media banners and posts so that everything has that branding on it. So, Creative Market is a good place for that, where you can go and find that kind of material. They also do things like I've seen journals out there and pretty papers and things like that. So Creative Market has a lot of stuff for creatives by creatives. And again, I mentioned writing. So if you have an affinity for the written word, or you're a voracious reader, or you enjoy expressing yourself, you could work as a freelance writer. There are a lot of companies out there, or small business entrepreneurs that need content, and they are willing to pay for good content. So if this is something that you like doing, you could become a freelance writer, and you can go out and research topics and work in different writing tones. So you can offer this service. And again, a good freelance writer can make upwards of 20,000 or more in their first year. Graphic design is another popular occupation. Entrepreneurs that are interested in graphic design are typically artistically minded people. They're adept at managing the aesthetics of the way their business and organizational clients address their various markets. As I mentioned, creating logos or branding for a client, creating brochures and social media banners, those all fall under graphic design. And there's a lot of demand out there for it because entrepreneurs need to, the brand is the most important thing. So they need to have that branding. Knowledge sharing. Another thing that you can do, and this may not necessarily be something that you know today, but think about this. No one was born knowing how to do things. No one was born knowing how to post on Facebook. No one was knowing how to be a social media influencer. We all had to learn to walk, read, count, etc. So if you feel like there's what you're doing or you don't have the knowledge, you can also learn a skill and teach it to others through a course or a YouTube channel, or you could start consulting and taking on clients that way. Once you establish yourself as an expert, you might provide, take on clients or provide customized training for individuals or groups. This is a good skill if you really like technology and you're able to take a software and learn how to use it and very quickly. There are tons of softwares out there that you can learn, and you can either help other businesses use them or show them how to use them. So case in point, YouTube. A lot of businesses may want to be on YouTube, but they don't know the ins and outs of how YouTube works and how to optimize it and all of that. You could go learn how to be a YouTube professional, and you can show companies how to do that so you can train them on doing that. Or you could take on clients and you create their YouTube videos for them, and they will pay you for that. So that's a good example of something that where you may have a little bit of knowledge about it, you can go learn more about it, and then you can actually take that service and provide it to other people. And again, that's more technical. Again, another thing that you can do is build websites. People always need help with building, designing, updating websites. So if you have a technical aptitude, this is something that you could do for other businesses or individuals as well. So once you've decided on what you want to do or what you're going to do for your business, create your plan of action. So identify your skill. And the first question you want to ask yourself is this something that people will pay money for? And if you think so, how do you know? Well, you're going to need to research the skill and see what the going rate is for if there's demand for it. And the way that you can do that is you can use sites like TaskRabbit, Tackle, or Fiverr. Just if you're curious, go out to one of those sites and see what people are offering. If there are a lot of people offering it, there's a really good chance that there's high demand for it. And if you don't see a market for it, see if people are searching for it using keyword research tools. There's a lot of keyword research tools that you can use, and you can see if there's a lot of people searching for that particular skill. If there aren't a lot of people searching for the skill, or you're not seeing it on some of the tasking sites like TaskRabbit or Fiverr, let's start back over from the beginning and look at another skill. Another thing that I want to caution you about is just because there are a lot of people offering that skill, don't feel like you're overwhelmed by the competition. If there's a lot of competition, it means that it is in demand and you're very unique. So you're going to have your unique spin on things. And this is something that can differentiate you from your competitors. So just because there are a lot of other people doing what you're trying to do, don't let that discourage you, because you can still be a success at what you're trying to do just because you're adding your uniqueness to what you're doing. So the next step, once you've kind of identified a skill that will actually make you some money, you want to learn or enhance your skill. Again, if you don't know the skill, you want to go out and learn it. If you know a little bit about it, say maybe just taking the WordPress example, the website developer example, say you set up your own WordPress site and um, you decide that you're going to actually help people with their WordPress sites. Go ahead and enhance your skills. There's tons of courses out there on learning WordPress. You can use a site like Skillshare or Udemy to find a good one. They're reasonably priced. Like Udemy usually has sales where their courses are $9.99 and they're multiple hours. So you can learn a lot for just a small amount of money and you can enhance your skill. If you have the skill already and you're pretty expert at it, are you up to date on the latest trends? Technology, as I said, is changing constantly. So make sure that you are up to date on the latest. Is there an app that you can use to get the job done quicker and more efficiently? And again, you want to think about what you offer that's unique from everybody else out there. That's your unique selling proposition. If others are doing the same thing, what can you do differently to stand out? Can you niche down to where you're providing this service? And going back to the WordPress example, say you want to help female coaches create websites for their clients or to attract clients. So you may just work with female coaches and you have a specific styling and a specific branding that you do for these female coaches so that they reflect your customer, but they're also, web friendly and they're also, SEO friendly and all that. So that might be your unique selling proposition, is that you have a lot of knowledge about female coaches and you create websites for them. The next thing to do is to promote your skill. Now, when you're starting out, you can use sites such as freelancer.com, Fiverr, or Upwork, and you can start peddling your services there. Another good thing that's free that you can do is you can join Facebook groups where your potential clients hang out. If you're helping people by blogging, you can join small business and entrepreneur groups. Good example is this group. Our group on Facebook, we do allow people to promote their services and things like that, and we will call out for that. So you can always promote in groups, and you can find clients that way. Also, check your local groups. Even though we're doing a lot of this stuff online, there may be some local places where you can promote your skills. Think about the Nextdoor app where you're connecting with your neighbors in your neighborhood. You can promote your services there because guess what? Your neighbors may need a website as well. Also, as things are opening up, I think there will be a time where, people will go to networking events and things like that again. Be prepared for that. So start creating business cards or samples, create a portfolio of your work so that you can, If you're going to a networking event, you can show people very quickly what you're able to do. So the next step is to profit from your skill. So there are going to be times when you feel discouraged, especially if it's something where you're just starting out and you don't have any clients, and it feels like you're hearing no all the time. Just keep going. Just keep pushing until you make that first sale. And this is why, going back to what my sister said, this is why mindset is important. Because with your right mindset, you won't just give up and throw in the towel when things get hard. If you are doing your mindset work and you're visualizing, you can visualize that first sale. You can visualize that first $1,000 coming into your account, and this keeps you going through the rough times, right? So this keeps you going, and this keeps you pushing on to where you're hearing no all the time, and you keep pushing until you get that yes. So that's where the mindset things come in, and that's why we say that that's so important. Once you get that first sale or those first few sales, make sure you deliver quality work before your deadline if possible. Do the best job that you can do, because you're going to want to ask that client for referrals or a testimonial. This can help you land your next sale. And a lot of times, when word of mouth is powerful, right? We can do all the marketing that we want, but word of mouth is still super, super powerful. How many times have you asked for somebody that does nails really well, or somebody that does hair really, really well? If you have a house, somebody that does maintenance or yard work or something like that. You ask the people in your network, and you trust the information that they give you. So if I'm looking, as I say, your website looks really great. Who did it? Oh, my website designer is wonderful. Here's her information. Word of mouth is still very powerful, and you want to make sure that you ask your clients for referrals, and you put your testimonials out there so that people can see that other people love your work. Finally, you want to reinvest in your skill, especially if you're doing something technology related. This actually applies to pretty much anything that you're doing, but especially in technology. Technology changes constantly, very quickly, and you need to reinvest in your skill. So as Tamaria was saying, reading and training and keeping yourself up to date daily, reinvest in yourself and keep your skills up to date. So make sure that you're always on top of things that are going on, because it could provide you with some different opportunities. So if you know that, just going back to my WordPress example, you know that there's a new fix coming out, or there's this new program that's coming out that's going to affect WordPress, or there's some security breach or something like that. You can be proactive and contact your clients and let them know. This may increase the work that they have for you. So they may contract you to go out and help them overcome this latest thing that's come out, right? So always reinvest in your skill, keep your skills up to date. When you start making some money, you can start buying the tools that you need as you get more clients. So make sure you're investing in yourself and also reinvesting in your business. Um, you might start buying advertising if once you get those first few clients and those first few dollars rolling in, you might want to start paying for advertising so that you can grow your client list. Just depends. Just remember to reinvest in your skill, reinvest in your business, right? So with that, that is what I had to say today. I wanted to know if anyone had any questions. You can certainly put those questions in the chat, or if you like, you can come off mute and ask your questions. So we're here. We've got about 15 minutes left. Also wanted to point out, in addition to our mastermind, we also offer coaching plans. So these are one-on-one plans, and you can choose to work with us for either 3, 6, or 12 months. With this, we offer accountability. We're going to make sure that we put together a plan for you to get your business going or growing your business. So there's accountability, there's support, there's expert advice. Um, if you don't earn your investment back during the time frame, your coaching is free. So we do offer that money back guarantee as long as you do the work. So you have to do the work, and we're very confident that we can help you and we can get you to that next level. So this is also something that's available. Again, we are doing our mastermind next month where we're setting up e-commerce stores. So if you have a desire to start an e-commerce store, but you don't know the first thing that you need to do, or you've got some other challenges that you need help with, please reach out to us and we can help you with that. So any other closing thoughts, Tamaria or Mom, anything from you?
I just want to say that you did a really great job doing your part in that.
Thank you.
A lot of times people think of multiple streams of income as being like, you got got several different businesses, and that's not what we're saying. We're saying that you are generating um, multiple streams of income from your niche thing. So like my sister had mentioned, like someone who's a teacher might do tutoring. You're still in that teacher lane. It's not like you are a teacher and then we're suggesting that you go out and learn WordPress and then you become a hairstylist and that do all these various things. It's really like being able um, to pull money, doing the same skill set from different things. And one of the examples that we've been successful at doing that is our affiliate marketing site. It's like for that particular site, we have three sources of income. We've got money that's coming in from the United States, from the UK, and from Canada, and it's the same site. It's just set up that the money's coming from different streams. So that's three streams of income from one website, right? And we could go and develop it even more and create more just from that one. And actually, we've got ads running on it. And so from that site, we've got a couple of different ads. So it's like five streams of income from one site. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. We don't want to make everybody a plumber or, got them doing like odds and ends things that are like totally out of their lane, right? Out of your lane. I just wanted to just put that out there. And yeah, so we are, we want to work with you. We want to see you grow. We want to see you develop. We want to see you achieve what it is that you have the desire to achieve.
Very well said. Very well said. All right. All right. If we don't have any questions, I don't see anything in the chat just yet. Um, gonna go ahead and I'll stop the recording. We'll stay on if you would like to send us something there. We'll stay on for a few minutes, but thank you all for attending today. And we hope that you found this helpful. We hope that this gets you thinking about your mindset and also your business ideas. And so let us know what we can do for you. Okay. Have a great evening.